Okay, let's get real for a second. It's not you, it's not your plugins, it's not even your headphones. It's just a few little things that you're probably missing. So in this video, I'm gonna show you 7 music production tricks in FL Studio that you probably don't know about, but when you do, you'll be like, what the hell? So let's get right in. All right, first up, let's talk about mixer track states. Trust me, this is gonna be a game changer, especially if you spend hours making a mixing chain and then you need to recreate that on another track. Well, you can actually save the entire mixer track from plugins, settings, and load it up on another different project in seconds. So here's how to do it. First, right click on the mixer track, go to File, and then Save Mixer Track. Simple, right? Now, anytime you need to pull up those settings, just go back to File and hit Open Mixer Track State, and boom, now everything is right there, and you just saved a ton of time. So that's pretty dope. Now, moving on to the next trick, this is a huge game changer, and it's about duplicating your arrangement so you can experiment with new ideas without messing up your original project. So this is the trick I use all the time when I try out different drops or different ideas or sections. So here's how you do it. First, go to your playlist where all your tracks are arranged. Look at the top of the playlist window and find the clone button. Click it to duplicate your current arrangement, and by default the new arrangement will be named arrangement 2. You can rename it to something like new idea or whatever makes sense to you. In this new arrangement you can add completely different things, and the best part is that your original arrangement stays untouched, so you can easily switch between the original and the new version to compare and see what works best. So yeah, that's a pretty cool feature and you absolutely need to try it. All right, next let's talk about the sampler. This one is one of those things you probably use all the time, but let's say you got a kick sample loaded. If you go to the pre-computed effects section, there's a bunch of cool stuff you can actually do. For example, you can boost the sound, which has a nice distortion effect. We got reverb, but my favorite one is the pogo effect. When you turn it to the left, it brings the sample forward in time, so it gets more punchier and more aggressive. So this one is perfect for making your kicks more clicky and in your face. And you can also try with different samples like claps or snares, and you will see what I mean. Quick break, if you're finding this video helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button and like the video. It really helps me out. All right, now let's go back to the tips. This one is a gem for creating unique textural pads from any audio sample. And when I say any, I mean any audio sample. Instead of choosing something obvious like a piano or vocal, let's go with something like a plucked guitar. Double click the sample, right click and select Edit in Audio Editor. Now click on that tool called Blur. And now adjust the amount to around 4000 milliseconds and hit Accept. And now what you get is this airy, dreamy-like textural pad that it's pretty dope. So yeah, this is perfect for adding that extra dimension to your track without being too in your face. Drag it into a project, maybe layer with some EQ or some reverb, and bam, you got this awesome and cool texture. Now moving on to the next trick, if you want to make your chords sound more realistic and less mechanical, press Alt plus S to open the Strumizer. This tool lets you adjust the time and tension settings, which spreads out the notes slightly and adds some variation, so you can slowly move it to the right to spread out the timing of each note in the chord. This creates a more natural feel. You can also use the tension knob to change the spacing between these notes, adding a bit of variation. So yeah, this tool is pretty cool if you want to bring that organic touch to your tracks. Next up, let's talk about pitch shifting, and we're going to use this trick to create variation in our track. So take a sample, pitch one version up an octave, another down, and now mix them together and you get this sound. And you can do the same things with your vocals as well. Pitch one version up an octave, another down, and as you can hear, this can really help you make things more interesting without needing a ton of new samples. All right, moving on to the next one. This is all about adding some creativity to your tracks without too much effort. It's called randomizer. So let's say you got a basic melody, but it's sounding a bit too predictable. So this is where we are going to use the randomizer. Here's how we do it. Select the pattern or notes in the piano roll that you want to randomize. Hit Alt plus R to open the randomizer tool. Now, what you will see is that FL Studio gives you a bunch of options. You can randomize the velocity, pan, pitch, or even the timing of your notes. This can instantly give your pattern a more human feel or make it sound entirely different with just a few clicks. So yeah, give it a shot, you can really have some fun with it. Now, moving on to the final one, let's talk about using the same sounds, but in different ways. If you ever get that feeling like your track is getting repetitive and you don't want to change the whole thing, well, all you have to do is change a few things, just a few things. So now, instead of making a new section with different sounds, just change the pattern. Maybe drop the kick out of a few bars, add some extra hi-hats, maybe add some ghost snares to your drums. So this way you keep the energy going without changing the sounds every time and without making your track sound boring. And there you have it. So now if you're serious about making music, make sure to check our website in the description. We got a ton of sample packs, a ton of cool features, a ton of tools to make you a better producer. So yeah, if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button, make sure to like the video. And if you got any other cool tricks, make sure to drop a comment. I'll mention you in the next video. So yeah, thanks for watching and see you next time.